Hey, what's up everybody, it's everybody in the action figure review, and this time we're going to take a look at the S.H.Figuarts Trunks action figure by some Chinese company no one knows. This is not the Tong, this is totally something different we don't even know about. They just released this out of nowhere. The whole box packaging is completely different too, so it's weird. But anyways, it looks really good, and we're going to take a look at it. And of course this is brought to you by popular demand. Thanks so much guys for the support. You guys are asking for this review, so I'm bringing it to you guys. It's kind of cool, you know, having you guys request videos for me, and you know, you guys are literally waiting for my review to come up to decide whether to purchase the figure or not, which is awesome because this is what I intend to do, is to make your decision easier. You know, I'll get it and then I'll review it and then you decide after that, you know. So I really appreciate the support guys. It's awesome. I enjoy looking at the comments, and you know, even on Facebook is where I get most of my requests from the awesome group Ageless Geeks. Very cool family we have there. Anyway, here is the new packaging with the only thing I see here is Long Yi 2015, so it doesn't say the Tong. Maybe that's the company's name, I don't know. But here's the side, there's the back, here's the other side right there. And that's it. Let's crack this guy open, see how the figure stacks up. Alright, and there is the fake knockoff Trunks out of the package, and he looks good. Wow, he's impressive. I gotta admit, it really did impress me once I took him out the package. His joints are good. I'll show you that in a second. He can stand up. He can, well, sometimes. I'll get to that in a second. His joints hold together. That's the most important part, is, you know, you can bend his legs, bend his knees, and it all sticks. It all holds just fine. Not like some other knockoffs that I've seen before. This one looks really nice for a company that we don't know about, that is not the Tong. It's very impressive to me. I don't know who made it, but they did a good job. They did the Tong quality work here, as you know, as it goes for knockoffs. But so far, first impression looks great. It looks good paint wise. It looks pretty nice. They really took their time. They even had these little plastic pieces between the joints, and that's what Bandai actually does with their figures when they package it. And I actually left one here just to show you. They put one right here between the upper torso and the lower torso. See the plastic there? They did that with some of his other joints too, and it's kind of cool. You know, they actually, you know, took the time to do that. Like, it was actually a real release of the figure by Bandai Tamashii, and it really isn't. But it looks good. I'm saying this right now. This is going to be customizer's paradise. This is a great piece to customize. Those who need these parts from this figure, especially all the accessories, the sheath, the sword, anything, you know, you're making Tapion or whatever it is that you're making, this is going to be a great figure to use. You know, instead of using the real actual Trunks, or even the repainted Trunks coming out pretty soon, this is a really cheap alternative without, you know, ruining the actual figure or a real legit figure. So what I mentioned about him not standing up, I might as well get to that now. Is it took a little bit to stand him up. His feet aren't all the way flat, which was the case with the real Trunks too, but that one you can stand up easier than this one in my opinion. This one took a little bit of finagling to get to stand up, and it kind of got a little frustrating. But other than that, you can see I'm holding the figure just fine. I mean, he's sturdy. He really is not bad. Like, bending the knees, those who had questions about the knee joints, how are the joints? They are awesome for a knockoff. This is freaking amazing for a knockoff figure. In my opinion, it looks freaking awesome. I mean, everything is fine. Everything's good. Everything's nice, tight joints everywhere. It even slides down at the leg. Move it forward, it stays up, side, in and out right there. Looks great. They did an awesome job with this figure. I mean, I'm really impressed by how they made this figure. If there's anything loose, I would say maybe the head just a little bit, but look, it's not even that bad, guys. That's just nitpicking right there. Seriously, it's totally fine. It looks great. You know, the joints, that's what is one of the important things to me on knockoff figures. If the joints have to work, and they do work. This is actually kind of better than the Tong joints sometimes, because the Tong makes it a little bit loose sometimes, but not always. So there he is, all pimped out with his sword and his sheath that's strapped on. It went on pretty nicely, if you ask me. I mean, it's really impressive in my opinion how this is all, you know, working out really well. It's a solid figure. And I might as well get on to the accessories now. You may have noticed that I changed the head to the Super Saiyan head, and so here's the regular head again, right there. And looking at the faces, these exact same faces as the regular release. So if you guys see my review on that, it's going to be the same thing here, but I'm also just go through it anyway. There it is. Then the open hand one's on the figure right now. Here's the other one right here. We have this one right here. Here's the fist. The figure fell down in the background, so again, the standing issue. That's why karate chop hands, grabbing hands, thumbs up hand, and then these half open hands right here. Then we have the regular faces as well, with a parry down. It's right there. Of course, we have the sword. That little half sword that's on the sheath right now. Well, this is the first time this has ever happened to me on camera, but it may have to do that. It's a knockoff. It might not. This might be a deal breaker for you guys. This might not. I don't know. It might have been my fault. Might have not been my fault. Who knows? The head broke. So, there's the peg inside. Snapped right there. There's the other piece. Kind of screwed now because this big old piece got to come out, and then that piece got to come out, and all that has to be done is that it gets replaced by another peg. So, that's the only thing. The actual figure's not broken, but it kind of sucks. The way this happened, I'll explain it to you right now, is I was trying to put on a hand. So I was kind of holding the figure like this, right? And the head was being pressed on. I didn't even realize it. Just like this with my palm, and it snapped. I snapped it myself with my big old hand. So as I was adding force to this, I was adding force to the head, and it snapped right there. So I kind of blame myself. I don't blame the figure. This could have happened to any other figure, but then again, it might be a deal breaker for some of you guys. Maybe the peg isn't strong enough. One of the trends that knockoffs tend to have is that they come apart in the middle of those two, even on the hands. Like right here, I can kind of show you what I'm talking about. You see how there's that break, and if you pull out too much, it comes out like that. But then again, I added a humongous amount of force to it, and it snapped off. So it's kind of my fault. I still recommend you guys get this figure. Don't just because I did this to mine doesn't mean it's a bad figure. I think it's a solid figure, still good for customizing. But this happened to mine. It was just worth mentioning. Another regulation that the normal figure has, this has. So I did mention earlier that head felt kind of loose. Remember, guys? So I don't know if it was already kind of loose, and I just finished the job off. I blame myself for it, but still, the joints did feel a little loose on the head. The joint, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, and then like I said, it's scary putting on the new hands. I feel like the hand joint could break too if you use too much force. You got to really be careful with it. So like I said, don't forget, it is a knockoff. It's totally up to you on what just happened if you want to get the figure or not. I still recommend the figure. Really impressive. The joints are amazing, and the paint job is solid. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you guys like. You guys have a great day.
That's crispy.